Picture this. You walk into a coin shop in 1900 with just $20.67 and walk out with a full ounce of gold. That's less than a fast food meal now. Fast forward to 2026, and that same ounce of gold costs $2,742.50. That's a 13,000% price explosion, enough to buy a decent used car. But it wasn't a straight line. Gold's history is a timeline of panics, power plays, and wild jumps. Wait till you see the spikes. Let's rewind to 1900. The entire world ran on the gold standard. Every dollar, pound, franc anchored to gold at $20.67 an ounce. Global money was metal. But in 1934, FDR shocks America. Overnight, he raises gold's price to $35. Instantly, the US dollar loses a third of its value. Imagine your savings shrinking as you slept. For decades, $35 was the law. Then, in 1971, Nixon slams the door on gold. No more fixed price. The dollar floats free, and gold is loose in the wild. Suddenly, gold doesn't just drift, it rockets. In 1980, during a firestorm of inflation, gold spikes to $850 an ounce. That's like a movie ticket suddenly costing more than your phone. In today's dollars, that $850 spike is around $3,300. The 1980s gold rush was no blip. It was panic gone global. But gold never stays still. In 2008, as banks collapse and stocks crater, gold finally breaks $1,000 an ounce. It's the ultimate financial fire extinguisher. 2011, a new all-time high. Gold surges to $1,920 as the world freaks out about debt. For 1 ounce, you could buy a gaming PC. 2020, the pandemic hits. Gold soars to $2,070. As money printers go brrr, everyone piles in the gold again. In 2024, gold smashes $2,500 for the first time. Enough to buy a brand new top-of-the-line smartphone, just for a shiny coin. And today, $2,742.50. You could trade a single ounce for a decent used car. That's the price of trust in a world full of volatility. So just how crazy is this climb? Gold's price has multiplied by 140 times since 1900. That's like a $1 ice cream cone costing $140 now. But here's the twist. Inflation matters. Adjusted for the rising cost of living, gold's real gain is closer to 10x. Still huge, but not quite a rocket to the moon. It's like a $1 loaf of bread in 1900, now costing $10. A massive leap, but not unthinkable over 125 years. But how much gold is out there, really? Here's a shocker. Every ounce ever mined, rings, coins, bars, would fit into a cube just 22 meters per side. By 2025, humans have pulled up about 213,000 tons of gold. That's all the treasure chests, Olympic medals, wedding bands, ever. And every year, miners add about 3,672 tons more. That's enough gold to fill 147 shipping containers, just in 2025 alone. So, who holds the world's gold mountain now? Step into Fort Knox. The U.S. leads with 8,133 tons, more than 1,000 elephants in pure gold. Germany's vaults aren't far behind. At 3,355 tons, that's heavier than 475 full-size school buses, all stacked in gold. The IMF isn't a country, but it holds 2,814 tons for global emergencies. Picture 400 polar bears, just sitting there, glittering. China and Russia are racing up the list. Each holds over 2,300 tons. That's the weight of hundreds of SUVs and grizzly bears, all made of gold. But here's the giant nobody talks about. Indian households and temples own about 25,000 tons. That's 3,571 double-decker buses worth of gold, worn at weddings and worshipped in shrines. Every crisis, every currency experiment, gold just sits there, quietly climbing. Through booms and busts, wars and peace, digital everything, people still bet on this lump of metal. Why? Simple. Gold's been money for 5,000 years, longer than the pyramids, older than the alphabet. It's outlived every king, every currency, every bank app. One tiny 22-meter cube of gold has held the world's trust through every upheaval. Price goes up, down, sideways, but gold's story keeps going. So, if you had held a single ounce since 1900, your $20.67 would now be $2,742.50. Name any other investment that's been a safety net through 2 world wars and every crash. If you could build anything out of one 22-meter cube of gold, what would it be and why? Drop your golden idea in the comments below.